So in my first year here at Corpus, I was part of the leadership class, and there Mr. Pillay invited all the students to reflect on a one word that would set the tone for the rest of their year. For myself, I chose the word encounter, inspired by Pope Francis' call to become promoters of a culture of encounter. And what that meant to me was every person that I met, I knew had a story. And their story was something that I wanted to share with other people, whether that be with my peers, with my professors, with my friends. And so I wanted to pursue that word encounter in every aspect of my life. Following throughout the year, around January, I was actually invited to be a member of the Map the System team here at the colleges. And Map the System is a global competition hosted by the University of Oxford at the school's Center of Social Entrepreneurship that invites students to research and learn about a complex issue that they're facing. And so our team decided to do our research on the nursing shortage. And that in itself was a great feat to overcome, to understand all the intricacies that go into that problem. But it was amazing to see how much work we did as a team in the span of, I believe, 7 months from January up until July. And then around May, we had our semifinals where we were actually placed at the top 4, inviting us to compete at the University of Oxford for the global finals, which I still look back on and I'm like amazed. And so we spent a week over at the UK at the University of Oxford, being able to meet other research fellows, grad students, and social change makers that had really inspired me to want to continue this idea of systems thinking. And when I got back from that trip, I began to piece together the fact that my one word encounter had actually, I believe, led me to Map the System, where a culture of encounter invites you to learn and listen first, which I think is very similar to what systems thinking is. That before we can launch into some solution to some grand social problem, what we need to do first is learn. Learn from the people who are actually involved within the system themselves, making sure that we understand every aspect before we jump into some conclusion of how to solve this problem. Something about me is that I'm also a recipient of the Circle of Fellows Scholarship, and I'm truly grateful that I've had this opportunity because when I look back in my first year, I can confidently say that I've done so much that I had never believed that I would be capable to do. For example, Map the System alone. And I think that this scholarship has opened so many doors that has allowed me to get a better sense of who I am as a person. Going into post-secondary, I really had no clue as to what I wanted to study. I kind of just came in thinking, hey, I am interested in all these different things. How can I narrow that down? And so Corpus Christi has allowed me to really nurture all those different interests. And I am excited to hopefully graduate in May with my Associate of Arts degree, hoping to transfer into the University of British Columbia for the arts program. And with that in mind, I would really like to thank not just my family, but also the donors who have really invested in my future. It truly has changed my life, allowing me to explore passions without restraint, being able to know that I am fully supported by not only my school, but also through my family and friends. And I hope that at the end of my 2 years here at Corpus Christi, I can continue to make change in my own community based on what I've learned here at school, being able to apply my academics beyond the classroom, and hopefully continue to encounter other people.